Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana is a bit of a frustrating chart. It doesn't really want to make its intentions very clear. Yeah, it's still hovering around support here. Yeah, it's moved up yesterday a little bit, but really at the moment it is not bullish enough to dismiss a bearish count. It's not bearish enough to dismiss a bullish count. We're still close to support, so still fairly high risk that we're going to break it. So what's the bullish count? The bullish count, and that is the possibility that the low was already in here on the roundabout the 13th of June, right? We moved up in a leading diagonal, and then we came, so there was then a wave 1, and we came down in a wave 2. And again, there are different ways of counting this. I'm not gonna, that you could even say that this was the 1 and this was the 2 in a bullish scenario, and that we then already moved up in a 1, came down in a 2, moving up next in a 3, 4, 5. That's possible. Problem is that these lows are so close together, you don't get a clear picture here. They are it's basically a double bottom, but they are very, very close together. And on different exchanges, you get slightly different wicks down there. So that's always frustrating when you do Elliott wave analysis and you have lows that are so close together. Normally not a problem, but with crypto it is a problem because different exchanges have different prices. So yeah, it's kind of a problem when you try to make a global assessment of what's happening here. But yeah, what you need to understand, the bullish count is still possible. We have been close to support. These are always the times when when you are interested in Solana and when the bullish count is still possible, you could buy in. Now, since then, we've obviously moved up. What I need to just clarify for anybody who wants to trade this, and I explained that in last Sunday's member live stream as well. So I encourage you, and if you want to learn about how to trade with Elliott waves, maybe check out the membership and the member live streams. We more and more talk about these options. Also, tomorrow we'll talk about grid bots and how to use the Elliott waves to set up grid bots. But what is important to understand is that when you have a first wave and a wave 2, these are the most reliable patterns. Now, fair enough, here on the Solana chart, the chart in itself is not super reliable because the wave 1 was not an impulse, it was just a leading diagonal. Still though, when you pull so close to support, I mean, this is where you can buy in. Even if I flag up the risk that we might be in a bearish count, I mean, a 1-2 setup is always a trade setup. Yeah, it doesn't need to work out, and that is where your risk management comes in. Yeah, but a 1-2 setup, they are the best setups. Okay, so even if it's not a reliable pattern, you can choose to trade it, but there are better 1-2 setups on other charts, as I said before, Metis, Aave, Ethereum, and so on. Yeah. But still, of course, it could go up from here in a wave 1 or a wave 3, depending on how we count this down here. So in the bullish chart, bullish still possible. A drop below $30.50, which we did only briefly, but nothing substantial, will open the risk for the bearish count much more. At the moment, we're obviously holding support and need to consider the bullish count, which would be, at the moment, I've got it as wave 1, the next wave to the upside. We also had this descending wedge here to the downside, which is generally considered a bullish pattern, which we also broke out of to the upside. So that's actually quite interesting. If you have a 1-2 setup plus a pattern that is generally bullish as well, interesting trade setup. Okay. So yeah, bullish possible as long as we're holding here the $30.50 level, basically. Okay. Bearish count, unfortunately, also possible, but here you've got them both going in the same direction. As I outlined in the previous video, that this here also could just be counted as a wave 1 to the downside, where we probably found support for now and would expect a move to the upside in a wave 2 correction. A wave 2 correction, how far would it retrace? You look at the 38 point, you look at these areas here, the 38.2% fib level all the way up to possibly the 78.6. So here in the region between $36.95, then $39, $41.22 and $44, whereas the area between the 50% and the 61.8 is the most likely one. Okay, So that's my update here, and then we should reverse from there. In the bullish count, we'll probably also reverse because the wave 1 is exhausted at some point as well. So this is something where I think we could really get into as long as we're holding the $30.50 level. Okay, and that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and also check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.